This is a very hot topic, but I can't deny like that I'm not enjoying watching this unravel. All that took was a conversation. Didn't need to end the friendship about it. Or if they do get married, we'll see a rise in divorces. Now, I would just like to confirm, when I went to Dubai, I did not do that. Guys, it's that fucking time again. This roundabout always gets me. That is what gets me. I'm en route to Starbucks, obviously. I've had quite the busy morning. Like, I've not been home. And I left at 9:30. And it is now 2 p.m. I had PT this morning. And, oh, of course you were, mate. Had PT this morning. And then went straight from PT to get my nails and a pedicure. Which I deliberately... like, I always love to coincide them, because what is better than getting a pedicure after like especially a leg and a glute stay at the gym, because obviously they like massage your feet and like legs, like your calves, and that's exactly what I need after a workout, is it not? I'm at the Starbucks drive-thru. You've already seen the title of the video. You know exactly what this is.
Hello, can I take your order?
Yes, can I please get a grande blonde roast latte?
Yeah, no.
With sugar-free vanilla, please.
Yep.
That's everything, thank you.
Okay, drive around.
Thank you. Right, parked up safely. Got my latte. It's a bit cold today, and I say that because I'm literally in gym shorts. Also realised, pretty sure last time I filmed this video, I was in a grey hoodie, which is completely coincidental. Oh, is that going to be really annoying? I've parked under a tree, and what I was going to say about the weather is that it was literally pissing it down with rain about 15 minutes ago, so I got into my head. I'm a bit chilly, you know, it's raining. It's time for a hot coffee. I think in the last video I had an iced coffee, but now the sun's come out. But I've parked under a tree, and the raindrops are like making noises on my roof, so I hope that's not too distracting. Anyway, welcome back. I loved filming this video the first time around, because I feel like there's just so much going on all of the time that number one, it's quite overwhelming, but number two, let's talk about it, you know, together. And I love to talk about things. I'm very much about hot topics, keeping up with what's going on in the world, etc., etc. And I feel like it's nice sometimes to hear other people's thoughts on things, opinions on things. I don't necessarily think my opinion is the be all and end all, but you know, you guys might want to know my thoughts and opinions, and by the looks of it, you guys do. You might notice something a little bit different. I've got a funky new phone case, and this part of the video is actually sponsored by, you guessed it, sponsored by Casetify. All I use are Casetify cases. They are my favourite, because not only are they super customizable and fun and super just like expressive, they literally have a print and color story and theme or just text and yeah, customizability for literally anyone. They are super practical as well with their impact cases and ultra impact cases. So not only are they super fun and like expressive to look at, and you can make it super personalizable for you, they're also gonna protect your phone, which is just a winning combination. Like, what more do you want from a phone case? Casetify are all about wanting you guys to express yourself with their cases. They have new drops all of the time, collaborations, and like I said, can customize things pretty much any way and however way you want. And they've actually got this new, which is the case I've got right now. It's their new Y2K customizability. I'll insert like a screen recording of like just what exactly you can do. They've introduced like a new super fun font. You can have it in the middle, you can have it down the side, you can add little like symbols to it, you can even add like a character almost in the middle, just something super simple but very fun and colourful, which I love. Pink case this time around. I'm always like a black case or a clear case kind of girl, but I wanted pink. Summer is coming, they have loads of colours to choose from, and I'm obsessed with this, like, yeah, more like Y2K vibes font. So they've got this new Y2K customizer with certain phone cases, so make sure you guys check that out. Some of the best things about Casetify are not only obviously all of the cases and designs that I've mentioned, also the drop test. In particular, their ultra impact and impact cases, they're designed to be dropped from like so high up and keep your phone super protected. And also with a lot of the Casetify cases at the moment, literally majority of them, they're getting more and more sustainable, using eco-friendly materials to make them. Even a lot of their cases are made from recycled phone cases, which I love. And they're also keeping you safe. They're made from non-toxic and non-hazardous materials. And their cases actually feature something called Defensify, which is actually an antimicrobial coating that they've all got, which kills 99% of bacteria, which in this day and age at the moment is exactly what we want. So I will leave the link down below for you guys to shop Casetify cases. Make sure you check out the Y2K customizer. This is kind of my vibe at the moment and I'm really loving it. And the link in the description is automatically going to apply a discount for you. I'll leave like the full-on info on the screen and in the description. Love working with Casetify and introducing you to their new, you know, launches. There's their new ways in which they're improving as a brand. I'm obsessed with them. It's all I use, so make sure you guys go and check them out. But yeah, without further ado, I feel like you guys had some things that you really needed to talk about, because when I put my questions box up on my story about hot topics, let's discuss, so many. So I always do this thing where I scroll all the way down to the bottom, but maybe I'll start from, no, I'll go down to the bottom. I'll go down to the bottom. So this is your sign, grab your coffee, just have a chat as two besties, as we are, and let's discuss some hot topics that you guys have sent in. Do we think this is going to be a good sugar-free vanilla latte? Yes. Okay, let's start. Gonna try and obviously pick ones that are more prevalent and relevant to the time being. I said hot topics, but a lot of you guys have just sent in kind of just questions you want my opinions on, so I'll try and mix it up. Although one of the first ones that I do see is your go-to Starbucks order. Love you and your videos. Love you, girly. Today it was a sugar-free vanilla latte because I wanted something warm because it was cold and I was cold, but now it's kind of warm. So kind of regret my choice, but as the seasons get warmer, I obviously switch it up to ice. I love seeing the kind of like fruity, refreshing drinks that they do. Hannah and Mads are such cool lime refresher girls. Like, and I never really understood the hype. I like the strawberry one that they do. And I follow this guy on TikTok called like Tyler Bridgewater. He goes like, all right, let's like iced coffee review and like just reviews people's homemade drinks, Starbucks drinks, etc, etc. And so I always like see really cool drinks like via his TikTok. And he recently tried like venti Starbucks with a venti Starbucks lemonade with 3 pumps of strawberry syrup, I think it was, and or like raspberry syrup, and then like some strawberry acai on the top. And that seemed kind of cool. I can't remember if I watched what his reaction was to it. But, see, those kind of things, like, I'm quite unpredictable. Maddie is also very unpredictable when it comes to her Starbucks order. She gets something different every time. Well, she used to. Like, if ever we'd be at hers or whatever and we always ordered, like, a Starbucks, it'd be very hard to order for her because 1 minute she'll just get a caramel macchiato and you'll be like, okay, like, with oat milk. Next, she's getting like a black like, I don't know, she just mixes it up all the time. I feel like I can be a bit like that too. Oh my god, what the fuck is this on my jumper? Chocolate. I haven't even eaten any chocolate, so please tell me that's not shit. Where has the brown come from? My seatbelt, maybe? Sorry, that's really throwing me off. This is such a long-winded answer for my Starbucks order. But at the moment, sugar-free vanilla, either iced or warm. Can't go wrong. Okay, so many of you guys said opinions on the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. I feel like this is a very hot topic at the moment because it's everywhere. Like, what was I saying to? I think I was saying it to Connor. We went on a walk. Connor's Jack's boyfriend. We were just like on a walk, just discussing all sorts. This came up, and we have just been like talking about it amongst friends, probably as you guys do with your friends. I was saying, if you're a jury member of that case, you're not allowed to have any like external factors impact your opinion. So they tell you that you have to stay off social media, can't watch the news, etc., because you're not allowed to have your opinion swayed by anything other than what you're witnessing in the courtroom. And I was just thinking, how fucking hard must that be right now? Because this is everywhere. Everyone's got their 2 cents on it. Like, as much as I'm finding it so interesting, and I've actually been tuning in on, there's a TikTok account, ABC News, which is obviously like the news in America. They're like streaming it live. So if by chance I'm like swiping down my For You page, and you know when the lives pop up that you can join, if by chance it's that, I will watch it, and I have been watching it. So I have actually watched some of it in real time. My opinion is that I think it's quite clear from an outsider's perspective who is being more truthful about like what's gone down, who's got the more facts and, you know, and evidence, and who is going to win the trial. I think that's obvious. I think it's Johnny Depp. But as someone that, I'm not really like a Johnny Depp fan. Like, I love Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff, but I didn't love it for him. Like, and some other, like, although, I'll say that, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is one of my favourite films. And but I didn't really have that in my head down as because Johnny Depp is in it. Like, do you know what I mean? I like films that he's in, but I'm not like a diehard Johnny Depp stan. And I actually didn't really know who Amber Heard was. Like, I've never watched Aquaman. I hadn't realised she's in Magic Mike. Like, she's Channing Tatum's, like, love interest, I think. Is he, like... Yeah, like... something like that. I just hadn't really clicked that was her. I think TikTok and, like, some of the sound bites that have been taken from the trial... I just think it's so wrong. Like, at the end of the day, even if she is not being fully truthful about it all and is, you know, it is all a vendetta against him, she does hate him, wants to see him fail, and this has completely backfired on her, and now she's just, like, you know, clutching at straws. Do I think she never went through anything traumatic? No, because that's down to her to decide. Like, with most victims, that's what it is. And I think the fact that there are sound bites being taken of her describing something that to her supposedly was an unwanted sexual advance from Johnny Depp, and she was describing it basically being like, he touched my legs, like he spread my legs and all of this. So many people have taken that soundbite and said, like, struggling to see what went wrong here, like struggling to see what Johnny Depp did wrong. What? If she didn't want that to happen, what he was doing was wrong, period. Like, do you not understand the concept of sexual assault? It doesn't have to be like, because sexual assault is like, if what they were doing was consensual, obviously it wouldn't be wrong. But if you don't want that to happen, even if it's something as just like a kiss on the lips or like a kiss on the neck, if you don't want that, to you, you're viewing it completely different. If you've said no, like, if it was not for you, you were really resistant to it and you didn't want that to happen, regardless of how, you know, appealing that might be to somebody else, if you don't want it, you don't want it. So it's traumatic. So I think the fact that that's gone viral of, like, you know, like the soundbite gone viral of people being like struggled, I think the whole case has just been so publicized. It's really, it's really weird. You all better hope that Johnny Depp is innocent by the way that you're backing him so much. And with, like, you know, all the evidence that's been presented, the audios from Amber, etc., it is quite hard to think that Johnny Depp has done that kind of stuff. Like, with the evidence, it's very hard. And also, just from the way that there is evidence to counteract pretty much everything that she's said, and the way that she's, like, saying these things. I've seen, like, behavior analysts really sort of break it down and be like, look, it's very performative, etc., etc. So with all of that, you would think it's quite clear to see what's going on here and like what's happened and stuff. But you just don't know. You know, none of us were there. None of us will ever probably really know the full extent of it. So, like, yes, I do think Johnny Depp will win the case. I don't necessarily think it's pro Johnny or pro Amber. I think it's just I'm pro evidence and, like, what I'm seeing. Because Johnny Depp doesn't have the best track record, does he? Not necessarily of being abusive, but there is... I don't know the full ins and outs, so I don't want to say anything. Like, there's just, like, alleged stuff of him not being, like, completely great when it comes to maybe being under the influence of drugs and alcohol and stuff. So, like, I'm not necessarily team on a team because I'm not pro either of them. I'm just pro evidence and facts, but I can't deny, like, that I'm not enjoying watching this unravel, and, like, it's like a movie. It's so weird. It literally is like a movie, watching it and, like, all the clips and stuff, and I can't actually believe they let it be televised. Maybe they just didn't realise how, I don't know, animated and just how, like, intense and how engrossed people would be by it, but it is literally everywhere. And I feel so sorry for, like, the jury members that aren't allowed to have their opinion swayed by social media and stuff, because every time I think one thing, I scroll down a couple of TikToks and I see something else, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, that's a fact. Like, it's so easily nowadays to just get your opinion swayed by social media and jump on a bandwagon, which is actually kind of sad, and probably why cancel culture is so prevalent, because people are just so swayed by opinions. You literally don't get a chance these days to have a second chance. There's none. That's my thoughts and opinions on it. Let me know yours in the comment section down below, because I got a lot of questions like that. So I feel like you guys want to weigh in on the situation as well. Okay, what else should we talk about? Someone said a best friend has changed and has not been a good friend for a while. Do I end the friendship? This is an interesting one, because it's one of those things where it's obviously going to depend on, like, what do you mean by they've not been a good friend? And everyone's got their own, like, limitations of, like, how much they'll deal with, how much they'll tolerate. Some is, like, more or less than others, probably depending on, like, things they've been through in the past, etc., etc. So I feel like, is it something that's just, like, in their personality, like, it's a bit annoying and it's kind of resulting them in, like, it feels like they're coming across as a bad friend, but realistically at the end of the day, if you just said, oh, like, that's just, you know, a part of who they are, and that doesn't outweigh, like, all of the good times that you have, it's just annoying, then I'd probably say don't end the friendship about it. Like, have a discussion. If nothing changes and it's just a bit annoying, then you might just have to, like, deal with that's who they are. But if it's, like, kind of like a big thing, in terms of maybe just something that you need from a friend and you're just, like, consistently not getting it from them, and, you know, the other stuff isn't necessarily, like, outweighing it, and, like, yeah, like I said, everyone's got their limitations and, like, what they need from a friendship, and if they're not meeting them, then maybe I would say end the friendship. But give them if this is someone that you've been friends with for a while, give them a chance to, like, redeem themselves. For example, like, I feel like I've noticed a little bit recently, like, when it comes to my friends, I feel like sometimes a lot of the time I'm always asking if they're okay, like, whatever, and not necessarily being checked in on. And I'm, like, in, like, two minds, and I'm just a bit like, oh, like, I only really, like, noticed it the other day. So I was just sort of, like, thinking it to myself, like, I didn't actually try and, like, really let myself, like, overthink that. Do you know what I mean? Because of, like, who the friends were and, like, stuff like that. You know, when you just, sometimes you just need to think, like, and, like, and this is where, like, the benefit of the doubt comes in. Everyone's got their own stuff going on. So, like, behavioural things like that, I think, give them the benefit of the doubt. Talk to them. Communication is, like, the solver of, like, 95% of issues. Just, like, talk it out. Because probably if they're a good friend and, like, the other aspects of your friendship, like, it's probably just maybe something they're going through, and they're just, oh, sorry, like, I'm just, like, all over the place. Like, you know how it is. Like, it's something so stupid. If, like, someone was to bring up to you, like, I feel like you don't really ask me, like, how I am. You know, you'd probably just think, like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't even realise I was doing that. And, like, my head's just been everywhere, yada, yada, yada. And then, you know, just remember, because they brought it up, you've realised, oh, my God, I've not been doing that just because I've been so busy. So let me put that effort in, and I will do that from now on. And all that took was a conversation. Didn't need to end the friendship about it. You just chat. Do you know what I mean? So if you haven't already spoken to them about what it is that's changed and what it is that's upsetting you, definitely do that first before ending a friendship, because just cutting someone off out of the blue and not giving them the chance maybe actually says a little bit more about you in terms of how you value the friendship. If you could so easily just cut someone off and not give them the chance to, like, talk and explain, then they're probably going to be a bit like, oh, well, she evidently didn't really give a fuck about me anyway, so forget it. Like, if she doesn't even want to hear me out, it's not really a friend either. So definitely have a conversation with them. And then if nothing really changes from then, or you get, like, a bit of resistance from it, and maybe actually causes a bit of separation, then, I don't know, you gave them a chance if they don't want to change their behaviour. There's nothing worse than someone that is, like, repeatedly told, you know, this is, like, there's nothing worse than telling a friend more than once, this is upsetting me, and they still do it. Because that's just, like, upsetting. Number one, they obviously don't care about your feelings. And number two, maybe that just makes you realise that actually it's not, like, a new behaviour they've just picked up. Like, that is them. And you can't change people's, like, just, like, who they are as a person, do you know what I mean? Professionals maybe, but, like, people like us, we can't do that. Someone said, actually, tips on how to start eating healthy but not getting obsessed. Obviously, you guys know I've been on my, like, journey of, like, healthy eating, etc. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with it, but I definitely am, like, in the routine of it now, and I feel like I don't over-obsess about things or, like, anything like that. Like, I've managed to get myself just into a healthy routine, which I think is most people's goals and basically what you're asking, like, how to do. And I think the thing is I don't know, I can only really speak from my experience. I obviously clocked that it was 10 weeks until I was going on holiday, like my first holiday. So I just said to myself, Rachel, that is such, like, something to work towards is good for me. I like goals. I like a set date. I don't know, for me, that just works for me. Because it just changes my mindset of, right, there is this set amount of time for you to do something, so get it done. Like, I don't know, like, that, I feel like I apply that to, like, a lot of my work things as well, but, like, that's what works for me. So because I then had that set deadline and that set goal of, or no, not necessarily a set goal, but just, like, a timeline of just, like, I just wanted to look and feel better about myself in 10 weeks' time. I didn't necessarily set myself, like, an amount of weight that I wanted to lose or anything like that. It was just I don't know, I guess then, yeah, like, a healthy goal. Because I had the set time frame, but I wasn't obsessing about numbers. And I think maybe it's the number side of things is where, like, as in, like, numbers to do with myself, like, the amount of weight I lost. I'm a very visual person with literally everything in life. Everything in my life. I'm a visual learner. I'm a visual, just face-to-face kind of person. So for me, it was all about, like, I just wanted to look in the mirror and feel better in 10 weeks. And then, yeah, getting into a habit of things that you like, definitely finding exercise that you really enjoy helps. I know you've said more about, like, the healthy eating side of things. So, yeah, just, like, really understanding maybe, like, what a calorie deficit is, because that's what helps you to lose weight. And just knowing that you don't have to eat super healthy foods to remain, like, in a calorie deficit. You don't have to just eat, like, lettuce leaves and, like, you know, chicken and veg to reach your goals, that you don't have to do that. Sure, it may take like a little bit longer to see it, but at least you're like not depriving yourself of things that you enjoy along the way, even if the results come like a little bit slower. So yeah, just like finding recipes that you really love, really enjoy. Getting into a routine really helps. And yeah, discovering new recipes. Go on TikTok and like, there'll be accounts that have like healthy, delicious recipes to try. So like, you know, going out and shopping for the ingredients and stuff, that's all part of the fun. Healthy doesn't mean not delicious. Like, I really love, like, especially now it's getting warmer in the summer, I freaking love like a big salad with like chicken, cucumber, you know, sweet potato croutons, a bit of feta on the top, like a bit of pomegranate seeds. Yum. Like, I just really like, that's so delicious to me, and like healthy at the same time, extremely balanced. Like, I think it's all about just, yeah, being inspired by food. Being inspired by healthy food recipes, and just like feeling excited to cook them yourself and make them and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's like how to start getting into it, and then, but like not getting obsessed is like, just like, I don't know. The getting obsessed part is really difficult for me to just say like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, because it's all about an individual's mindset. Some people are more inclined to be like have more like addictive personalities, even when it comes to things like this, and like becoming obsessed with something like that. I personally am fortunate enough to not have an addictive personality. Like, don't get like obsessed with things the first time I do it, like that kind of thing. But yeah, learning, I guess it would just be about making recipes that you really love and enjoy, and just seeing that for what it is. It's just a really healthy recipe that you love and enjoy. It just so happens to be healthy, but like, yeah, I don't know. Guys, my camera just died because it got too hot, and now I've had to change positions and drive into the shade. But I feel like I answered that question sort of, maybe best that I can do anyway. Someone said, social media turning love into a material possession. Love is simple, not this shit. This is such a good point, because social media these days has just subconsciously ruined a lot of people's view on relationships, dating. Like, I always see things where people say, we were not meant to have access to so many people and like faces, to be misled and like tempted by them, you know, and social media makes that so easy. You get suggested pictures, you have a For You page, you have an Explore page, like, to discover new people, you know. And I feel like as the generations go on, less and less people will get married, 100%. Or if they do get married, we'll see a rise in divorces. I feel like a lot of people are single in their 20s, and it's just like, it's harder to find a relationship these days because of social media and just access to things and all of that kind of stuff. I'm definitely in one of the in the category of people that like, I almost want to like not like give up, because surely I'm not gonna live my whole life alone, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's actually looking possible. And it's actually mainly because I can't be asked. And it's because I can just do so many like other things with my time in these day and ages. Do you know what I mean? To go back to fucking 1980s, not have all of this social media malarkey, and just like meet people, and like just know that like if you get together, it's probably gonna last, because how are they gonna meet anyone else, you know what I mean? So yeah, my thoughts is that I completely agree. And also people's expectations like in existing relationships, like, because you see people post about what they got for Valentine's Day, and it's 2 Gucci bags, 700 red roses, the boyfriend, like, I don't know, did so much, or like the girlfriend did so much, and you're just you can't help but compare to you and like your relationship. Social media has just encouraged comparison, and comparison just kills everything. Like, it just ruins everything. Like, we forget that we are individuals, we are unique, and that's what makes us special. Your relationship is unique to you guys. What, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and people post on social media only the best parts, guys. Don't forget. People only post the best parts. I have been a witness to literally watching, like, two people, well, actually, it's kind of mainly more one. Like, I've witnessed a relationship that seemingly on social media looks amazing. She's obsessed with him, supposedly, yada yada, but actually witness them full on like fight in real life and just get so angry with each other that you're like, like, I don't know, poor people that just like think that they're just, oh my god, goals. Like, of course every relationship has their ups and downs. People obviously just don't want to post the crap stuff. Like, why would you want to? Do you know what I mean? So it's like no shade to them, but it just made me realise that, oh right, like, they are in a real relationship, and not every relationship is perfect all of the time that they like might make it seem, you know? So yeah, fuck social media for making comparisons and comparing so much more like prevalent in our lives, because that sucks. Someone said, which I think is a good one, how do you imagine your life would be without YouTube or Instagram? Like, if I hadn't if I hadn't done YouTube or Instagram at the time that I did, I would have gone to university, I think. And I probably would have naturally met, like, I would hope probably naturally met, like, a boyfriend there, like majority of people do. Yeah, I think my life would be so different. But obviously that's just not the way, so there's no point really even like thinking about it. Do you know what I mean? But I imagine I would probably have... actually, I'm not sure. Oh my god, I've just noticed a bird has shot on the side of me car. Fuck. Literally just got my car cleaned. Oh well. Anyways. Oh yeah, how do I imagine my life would be? I would hope and think that... I would probably hope that I would live in a city. Not back at home. Probably the city that I went to uni in. Maybe. That would obviously depend on what I wanted to do. I think I would have wanted to have done like marketing or something. That's not far off of like what I'm doing. Like, I have always had a passion for like that kind of stuff, because I do market myself technically in this role that I'm in, and I think I'm quite good at it. I think I would be like a good brand strategy person. And I would hope that maybe that line of work might have allowed me to have met like a partner or something, just like more naturally than it is like now. And obviously a lot of my life wouldn't be online, which might be like an affecting factor of like people just knowing me, or like maybe being intimidated by what I do, kind of thing. So yeah, I think my life would be different, but it's not even worth thinking about because that's not my life. So what's the point? I'm not going to dwell on it. Oh my god, my camera keeps getting really hot. Hang on, let me pause it to cool down. Okay, I'll do a few more because my camera keeps getting too hot. Did I finish that question? I think so. Anyway, we're moving on to another one. A lot of you guys sent this in. Say a little trigger warning now. I'm about to talk about the abortion laws in America. If that's really triggering and upsetting for you, then maybe skip ahead like a few minutes. I actually like can't believe it. Like, hearing some of the reasoning and just like, it's not even just that they're like banning abortions, it's also like banning everything that would therefore support that person that you have forced to like have the baby, like, and also that you would also get more jail time. I don't know exacts, but I've seen it, and it's something like how the rapist, like, sorry, this is what I meant about like trigger warning. We're going to be talking about this kind of stuff. If like a baby is conceived via rape, the rapist would get less time in jail than the woman that chose to abort the baby, like with these new laws. It's like something like that, which is just insane. And it's times like this that I am grateful every day to live in the UK. Because UK, we know, we deal with some fucking bullshit in our government. But, like, in the grand scheme of things, compared to that, and what people in America are going through, like, ours seems like nothing. Like, we're dealing with fucking Boris Johnson having a party during a pandemic, alright? And they're dealing with literally, like, life or death laws for so many women, and also, like, just insufferable consequences if they go through it. Like, I don't even know what to say. Obviously, I think it's absolutely horrific. And it really just goes to show, like, because a lot of the people that make these laws obviously are men. And if it was men that got pregnant and could get abortions, you'd see an abortion clinic on every fucking corner of the road, wouldn't you? And that's not to say in the UK, like, I'm fortunate enough to say that I've never had one, or like been in a situation where I needed one, etc., etc. And I can't believe how fortunate I am to say that, in the sense of it being like under like really horrific circumstances, for example. Not even just because like I wanted to, but like, you know, I've not been through anything horrific where I've needed one. But I'm aware that, like, even in the UK, outside these clinics, there are, like, protesters and stuff. But they're just protesting and trying to enforce their opinion, whatever. But they're not lawmakers. So, you know, we don't really see it as, like, a big deal. It's like, all right, fucking hell, like, you would just ignore them. But, like, in America, you can't... Yes, there's protesters on, like, fucking 10 times the scale. And they've got people in power... government, like, enforcing those laws as well. Like, that's fucking terrifying. And I'm seeing, like, a lot of TikToks as well of people over that, like, Kendrick Lamar sound, like, basically really, really sad, like, naming their, like, horrific experience where they've, like, needed an abortion. Some of the ones that I've, like, seen and read are just, like, horrifying and just so traumatic. And then, like, it goes to, like, no, didn't think you've been through that, so, like, you shouldn't be able to make a decision about my body because I have been through that and I needed to get that abortion. But we should also, like, be normalising that, like, you should just be able to get an abortion because you want to. You know, oops, you're a bit irresponsible, had unprotected sex, and you've now fallen pregnant because you didn't check your cycle or whatever, and you were fertile at that point and you got pregnant, but the baby is unwanted. But, like, let's say it was with your boyfriend or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not unheard of. That's not uncommon. And you should be allowed to, therefore, get rid of the baby if that's, you know, you want to. You don't necessarily, like, have to go through something traumatic to want to get an abortion. We can normalise that, can we not? Like, I think it's just crazy. It's a choice that we should be allowed to have. All women should be allowed to have. It doesn't... We use the extremes as examples of, like, why this law shouldn't be enforced. And, like, I can't believe it has to get to that to, like, even try and get through to these people. Because they just can't understand that, like, women's rights are humans' rights. Like, you should be allowed to do whatever the fuck you want, no matter what the circumstances. I think it's ridiculous. And it's stupid, and I can't believe, as we should be evolving as people, as generations, we're almost going back in time. These views are so ancient and, like, ew. I literally can't wait to get these boomers out of power and, like, Gen Z people start becoming more in power and in governments and stuff, and we get some modern takes on things and, like, refreshing views on things. I mean, we'll always get people that will have those views. It'll be ingrained in them, like, you know, that's just the way that it is. Obviously, it's absolutely horrific and heartbreaking, and to all of my American followers and women, like even just people who identify as women that just feel so completely heartbroken about what's going on in your country or your state. I am so there with you in the sense of like heartbreak. If you ever need to come to the UK, you know, I will support that. But like it shouldn't like need to get to that. I think it's ridiculous and it's so upsetting. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more, which I believe are like pretty hot topics at the moment. The Dubai porta potty situation. Now, I would just like to confirm, when I went to Dubai, I did not do that. But like, oh my God, like I don't even want to tell anyone to go and like watch the video. Sorry, my nose is running. So sorry if I keep going. Have I seen the video? The first 3 seconds. And that was more than enough. And I cannot believe that someone would do that for money. But then it's easy for me to say that because I have access to money. So obviously I'd be like, oh, I can't believe people would do that. But, you know, if you're desperate, you would do anything. So it makes me really sad at the same time that, like, I would kind of hope but not hope, because I wouldn't hope anyone would be that desperate, like, and be in that situation. But then again, like, so, like, take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. I would hope that, like, she got what she needed by doing that, like, and it was worth it for her. Do you know what I mean? Like, because that was fucking foul. Awful. And like Jack was saying, like, so we've spoken about it, like Jack was saying that he was the same as me, like watched like the first few seconds and was like, what? I actually just like switched off, but he like fast forwarded it, and he was like, Rachel, it was all gone because she'd eaten it. I just can't fathom it. I just can't. And also, like, I don't, like, these people out there that want someone to do that, what the heck? Like, why would you want someone to eat your own shit? They must just be, and I think the whole thing is that they are so rich. And like, we spoke about that on my podcast when I spoke to the fetish expert about things like this. When you can have access to everything, which is why I'm going to be very generic and stereotypical here because it's not just these people. It's why you see very rich male celebrities, or just not even celebrities, just someone with ridiculous amounts of wealth. You hear these stories about fetishes like this because they have so much money and they have access to everything. Nothing else excites them except something like this. Like, they don't get pleasure from regular things because they get that all the time. That's so accessible to them that it just has no impact on the way that they feel, that they must go to the extremes to just even feel something. I think it's crazy, and I feel really sorry for these girls that feel like that's their only option, because that is so traumatizing, and like, that can't be good for you. I'll maybe do 2 more, but someone has just said the Rebecca Vardy and Colleen Rooney situation. Has this just happened? Because I've not really seen anyone talk about it except over the last 2 days. I think their trial, I mean, I heard about it when it first happened with the whole, like, it's Rebecca Vardy's account. Like, I remember that and being like, oh my God. But I didn't know that Rebecca Vardy was, so it's Rebecca Vardy that's taking Colleen Rooney to court, basically for the same reasons that, like, technically, like Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp, but Johnny Depp is taking her to court. So, like, yeah, Colleen Rooney was accusing Rebecca Vardy, but Rebecca Vardy is taking Colleen Rooney to court and suing her for, like, defamation of character, like she didn't do that type thing. I think that that's what I'm understanding is happening. It's only been 2 days of the trial or court. Has it even like officially begun yet? I don't know, because I think it happened on like May 10th, and the day that I'm filming this is, oh wait, and it's May 11th today, so it literally all was kicking off yesterday. But I did see something which literally made me want to scream. Somehow, like, Peter Andre's been brought into it, because I think Colleen's defense team are making their case, and they were asking Rebecca Vardy, like, is this something that you would do normally, like, or like they're trying to like prove that she does make invasive and and share invasive story, like, or like personal stories about people. Like, they were trying to prove that she does do that. And apparently she said somewhere, allegedly, she's like said somewhere in like a statement something about like Peter Andre, and that he had like a really small penis. Poor Peter Andre getting like dragged into this court case and that being discussed. But it was evidence apparently to prove that she does often do that. So I guess this is going to be a new thing, probably more based in like the UK, TikTok. We're going to be seeing a lot more of it. So yeah, can't wait to see how that unravels. And I love how it's been called Wagatha Christie, because Colleen Rooney really, like, when this whole thing originally did come out, was saying all of these things that she did to find out that it was that she, like, allegedly thinks it was Rebecca Vardy that was behind, like, the stories being leaked or something. So she really do be the detective. Wagatha Christie, whoever came up with that, that's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna end on this one, because I feel like this is another hot topic as well. Kim losing so much weight to fit into the Marilyn dress in a matter of weeks. What is the problem in that? Like, it all stemmed from her carpet interview at the Met Gala, where she said that's what she had to do. And I'm sorry, she did not promote, like, she said she cut out carbs and sugar for that duration of the 3 weeks to get into the dress. She can't fucking win, can she? Because the fact that she even wore the dress anyway was apparently, like, all the Marilyn stands that have come out saying that was so disrespectful, blah, 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 blah. And the same people are probably saying, like, oh my God, she's promoting, like, this diet culture, etc., etc. She did that to fit into that dress so she would not have to alter it at all. It would be Marilyn's body proportions, like, so nothing would have to be altered to fit her. She did that to show respect that she isn't going to alter this historic, iconic dress. So she had to do that. And just say that you hate Kim Kardashian, because would you really be this expressive if, on like, emotive about this, if your friend said that they're getting married in 2 months so they wanted to lose weight? It's the same thing. It's so normal to just, like, want to, and it's normal to, if you're naturally very skinny, or you just are very skinny, it's natural in everyday life for you to want to gain weight to fit into something. And vice versa. You don't sham people for that. Like, when you see people needing to gain weight for surgery, so they can get the surgery that you want, where's the outrage in that? Like, you just got to do what you've got to do. Like, it's not like she's saying that she's on that, like, it was seemingly quite strict. She's not saying that she's doing that forever. She did it for 3 weeks to fit into a dress. As any of us would, if we had a goal and let's say you spent £200 on a dress and they had a no refund policy, you try it on, it doesn't quite fit. Fuck, you've just spent £200 on a dress, it doesn't quite fit, you've got 3 weeks to get into it. You're not going to waste the £200 on like, and just, like, chuck the dress away. No, you'd tell yourself, right, I'm going to fit into this dress, I'm going to do what it takes. Yes, it may seem super strict, but you just do what you've got to do to do it. It's not a lifestyle. She shouldn't promote a lifestyle that she's been on for, like, 2 years, like, whatever. She did that out of respect to not have to change that dress whatsoever. I don't know. I think people they just want to hate on Kim and find a reason to hate on her. She wasn't promoting what she did. She just said what she had to do that. And it was in order for her to fit into this iconic Marilyn dress so she didn't have to alter it, which was what people were scared was going to happen and like whatever. If you took offense to that, then weight loss must just be something that's very triggering for you, and that's not on Kim to like help you with. Do you know what I mean? She just said, she got asked a question and she answered the question. Anyway, I feel like this is a long video. I feel like we definitely touched on pretty much all of the hot topics that are being spoken about right now, and then a few more like personal bestie vibes ones. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out Casetify, treat yourself to a new summery vibes phone case like I did. I've switched it up, trying to express myself a little bit more with the brighter colors, especially for summer, and also the new Y2K customizer that they've got going on. They've got all sorts going on, all the cases, all the prints, everything you could ever want from your phone case. Casetify have something for you, so it's always worth checking out. And if you use my code, a discount code will automatically be applied, so you can save yourself some zwalla on that as well. Link to that is down below. But coffee's finished now, and it's 3:15 in the afternoon, Rachel. It's time to go home. It's time to go home and have a friggin' shower. But this has been fun. It's always fun sitting in my car and chatting with you guys. Sound off in the comment section down below with anything that we've spoken about. It's always nice to discuss this with someone else and see someone else's opinion. I love listening to other people's opinions and like sparking up a conversation about it. So yeah, this was fun. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!